Alright, and it's Phil with Basketball News back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to give my Day 1 Beach Ball Classic recap and Day 1 Winter Jam recap. So yeah, that's going to be this video. So leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's go ahead and get into this video, give my recap, my thoughts, and opinions. So, first game of the Beach Ball Classic Winter Jam, just the Beach Ball Classic, was First Baptist versus Cape Fear Academy. Now, First Baptist did end up winning this game by 3 points, 58-55. But neither team really played that great. First Baptist obviously pulled it out, but they gave Cape Fear every chance to win this game. And First Baptist, I think they have a lot of work to do to try to beat the team that they're going to play next, which is going to be Oak Ridge. Which we'll talk about the Oak Ridge North Myrtle Beach game next, since both of these teams do end up playing North Myrtle Beach and Oak Ridge respectively. So they every chance. Cape Fear Academy had every chance to win this game, but really just did not. And they just have got to do better. Cape Fear Academy does. They were 5-0 on the season. They fall to 5-1 on the season, and First Baptist goes to 6-1 on the season. And this team, Cape Fear Academy, they do have some potential. They just really did not have that go-to score that they needed. But really neither did First Baptist. That's kind of what kept Cape Fear Academy in this game. At one point, Cape Fear was down 22-7 in this game. So they were down quite a bit in this game, but ended up coming back because First Baptist kind of gave up the lead, if we're being honest. So First Baptist won this one. They will play Oak Ridge, and Cape Fear Academy will play North Myrtle Beach in the loser's bracket. Let's go and talk about this Oak Ridge North Myrtle Beach game and give my preview for the upcoming Cape Fear Academy versus North Myrtle Beach and First Baptist versus Oak Ridge. So, North Myrtle Beach, they put up more of a fight than I was expecting in this game. I was expecting a blowout, kind of like the Shira versus Bishop Mclaughlin game, which we'll get to in a minute. But I was expecting more of a blowout, but North Myrtle Beach did stay in there and didn't really get blown out. Now, I thought they were going to get blown out. Oak Ridge obviously has Michael James, who's committed to Louisville. I can't speak today. Louisville. So, but he was really not the best player on their team. He did not play very well in this game. Maybe he's better, but he did not play very well in this game. Number 30 for them was really the best player in this game. And, yeah, did not play very well in this game. For a Louisville commit, I was expecting a lot better than he showed. North Myrtle Beach, though, they did stay in this game, and it was mainly from defense. Oak Ridge and North Myrtle Beach were playing a different type of paced offense. North Myrtle Beach was trying to slow the game down, and Oak Ridge was trying to speed it up. I think Oak Ridge would have won this game by a lot more if they were able to speed it up, but North Myrtle Beach continued to slow this game down, and they did play some pretty good defense in this game. They did not end up winning, but that's okay. Here was the final score. The final score is 59-50, so North Myrtle Beach falls to 5-2 on the season, and Oak Ridge goes to 8-0 on the season. So, Oak Ridge, they're going to have to do... First Baptist is kind of a little bit of an easier second-round matchup for this team. But this team did not play very well. Luckily for them, they do get First Baptist in the second round, so that's a W for them. But Cape Fear Academy versus North Myrtle Beach, let's go ahead and get to that, the loser's bracket game. North Myrtle Beach played a lot better than I thought Cape Fear Academy did. I really do. I think North Myrtle Beach has enough to win this game. And they play tomorrow at 9 a.m. in case you were wondering. But Cape Fear Academy, I think they fall to 0-2 in the Beach Ball Classic, and North Myrtle Beach goes to 1-1. I really do think that North Myrtle Beach wins this game. I don't think it's going to be by much, though. I think they do win, but not by much. So that's kind of my preview for that game. Alright, next game. Greensboro Day, Carolina Forest. Greensboro Day won versus Carolina Forest. 67-55. 57. Now, Carolina Forest played some really, really good defense in this game. So that's one reason why it kept them in the game, because they really did not have a lot of scoring on this team. They played very well defense, and that's what kept them in this game. Greensboro Day, some of their best players really did not play that well, but Greensboro Day still ended up winning. Greensboro Day did not have a great first half, I didn't feel like, but they still ended up winning this game. And I felt Carolina Forest played some pretty good defense in the first half. It seems like in the second half they kind of got worn out because they only played like 6 or 7 players in this game. Greensboro Day, though, they have a lot of different players that they can play, and they're a team that's very, very good and will face Bishop Mclaughlin in the second round. And it will be Carolina Forest versus Shira tomorrow at 11 a.m., in case you're wondering. So let's go and talk about Bishop Mclaughlin versus Shira. Now, Bishop Mclaughlin was a team that was not even supposed to be in the Beach Ball Classic. I guess they were one of the teams that was kind of last minute in trying to get into the Beach Ball Classic. They ended up getting in. And Bishop Mclaughlin has one advantage on every Beach Ball Classic team, being the fact that they have a very a height advantage on every team. 4'6'8" players and a 6'4" player. And what's scary about this team is they started juniors and sophomores in this game, so they should be even better next year. And they look to be one of the more underrated teams in high school basketball. The final score was 78-39. Bishop Mclaughlin beats Shira. This game, like I said, absolute beating. Shira is not a very good team. I mean, they just did not play very well at all. And Bishop Mclaughlin ran them out of the building. Just a lot better of a team. They look like a team that definitely has potential to maybe win the Beach Ball Classic this year. And this team is a very, very good team. And they improved to 9-2 on the season. Shira goes to 3-4. Now, the way this Shira team played, I'm curious who lost to them, because they've got to be a pretty bad team. Next, okay, so Shira, Carolina Forest. You're probably looking for my preview for that game. Shira versus Carolina Forest. I think Carolina Forest will win that one. Shira's not very good, like I mentioned. Carolina Forest, I think, will win that one. They've got a lot better defense, and Shira does not have much offense at all. And the final first day game from the Beach Ball Classic, Gray Collegiate versus Cape Fear Christian. They're two different teams, in case you were wondering. One's an academy, one's a Christian school. But Gray Collegiate in this game played pretty well. Gray Collegiate will play the winner of Milton versus Myrtle Beach in their next game. Cape Fear Christian will play again versus the loser game 18, which, let me go ahead and look at that. Which will be Milton versus Myrtle Beach losers. I think that'll probably be Myrtle Beach. So Myrtle Beach versus Cape Fear Christian, I think, could be expected for that one. Cape Fear Christian did not play very well in this game. That's no secret. They didn't play very well. Gray Collegiate had kind of one main player that played pretty well for them. I think it was number 23, maybe number 11. I don't even remember. I think it was number 13 or number 11. I really can't remember the number at this point. But they beat Cape Fear Christian. Now, both of these teams had very good records coming into the Beach Ball Classic, but Gray Collegiate was the better team, and obviously they won. Cape Fear Christian did not really have a score that they could go to, and Gray Collegiate was a team that really didn't have one main score. That they had a score that they could go to, and that made them better. And Gray Collegiate could play some pretty good defense. Cape Fear Christian really did not play that well in this game at all. Now let's go ahead and get into today's Winter Jam bracket games, where the first game of the Winter Jam was Winston-Salem Christian from North Carolina versus John Marshall from Virginia. And this one was a close one. Winston-Salem Christian did end up winning 49-48. I'm pretty sure on a buzzer beater, if I'm not mistaken. This is a big win for Winston-Salem Christian, who was ranked number 24 in the high school basketball rankings. So they should move up from this, and John Marshall is a team that's just kind of barely on the outside looking in, and maybe even a top 25 team in some rankings. But this is a big win for Winston-Salem Christian. Okay. So, in the first quarter, John Marshall outscored Winston-Salem Christian 10-4. Then in the second half, 22-22. Third quarter, 14-12. And then Winston-Salem Christian 9-4 in the fourth quarter. So, they played just a little bit better in this game. And they won. That's a big win for them. They should move up in the rankings, and they will play next. They've obviously got a couple North Carolina top-ranked prospects on their team. Daniel Nixon, Christ and Siguro. I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I really screwed up his name. But Winston-Salem Christian will play West Oaks Academy from Florida. West Oaks has the number 3 ranked player in the class of 2023 and the number 12 ranked player in the class of 2023 and many other good players. They won versus Word of God Christian Academy from North Carolina, 83-73. West Oaks at the start of the season they were ranked top 10, and currently are ranked like 19, 18, somewhere in there. So they're a very, very good team. And yeah, they're a very, very good team, and they will play Winston-Salem Christian, and it will be Word of God versus John Marshall. Word of God was 17-3 on the season, and West Oaks Academy was 6-3 on the season coming into this game, in case you were wondering. So in the first half, West Oaks was 50% from the field. That's not good. Then they were 60% in the second half. That's not good. That was the main problem in this game. It looked like Word of God just did not play very good defense in this game. And they shot 30% field goal percentage in the first half, and 33% in the second half, and 33% from 3, 26% from 3 in the second half. That's just not going to do it. And that's really why they lost. They didn't play very good defense, and they just really didn't seem to play good overall from what I'm seeing looking at the stats. But it will be Word of God versus John Marshall and West Oaks versus Winston-Salem Christian. Obviously, one in the winner's bracket, one in the loser's bracket. Alright, next game we have to talk about is the St. Francis Academy Panthers versus Real Salt Lake Academy from Utah. St. Francis ended up winning this game 65-63. Very close game. Two very, very good teams. That Baltimore or St. Francis is ranked in the top 25. Real Salt Lake is one of the better teams in Utah. Real Salt Lake shot 42% in the first half from the field and 54% in the second half. Their 3-point field goal percentage, 35% in the first half and 33% in the second half. Free throws, 57.1%. That's a big, really tough loss for them, because if you made those 3 free throws that you missed, you could have won the game. And 100% from the free throw line in the second half. They go to 10-2 on the season. So they are still at a very good record and will play High School of Louisville from Texas in their next game at the Beach Ball Classic tomorrow. Okay, now for the Baltimore Panthers, who are 8-0 on the season. Derek Queen, he had a really good game, 10 of 12. That's a good game. They have Julian Reese on their team, a Maryland commit. 44% from the field in the first half for them, and 62% in the second. You got to play better defense than that if you're Real Salt Lake. And 0% for 3 for the second half? That seems wrong. And 40% in the first half. 83% from free throw line, and 36% in the second half. Now, you still ended up winning this game. The St. Francis Academy Panthers did. But you've got to make free throws. And you could have easily lost this game because you didn't make free throws. But luckily, Real Salt Lake did not make free throws either. And the final game is Combined Academy from North Carolina versus High School of Louisville. They won 65-57 in this game. This was a big matchup. All of these matchups were really good matchups, but this was another really good matchup. You had the number 12 ranked player in the class of 2022 on Ice School of Louisville, and combined has a arguably top 5 player in the 2023 class on their team. Let's go ahead and look at the box score. And yeah, this team is another team that really did not shoot their free throws well, and that's a problem. Now, they did 9 of 11 in the second half, but 6 of 8, 4 points missed there, which could have made it a lot closer. Their best player, 5 of 15, not a great night. Their second best player, 5 of 10, 4 of 8. Some of their best players just really did not have the best game. But they fall to 9 and 4 on the season, and tough loss. Field goal percentage, 43% in the first half and 37% in the second half. And the 3-point field goal percentage, 44% in the first half, and in the second half, 0, unfortunately for them. And they fall to 9 and 4 on the season. Combined Academy won this game, and they improved to a record of 13 and 1 on the season, and they played some pretty good competition. A.J. Smith was their best player in this game, 12 of 20 from field, etc. None other players really had the greatest game. Patrick Wessler, 3 of 3. Robert Dillingham, 5 of 10. So they didn't have the greatest overall team night. Combined didn't, but they still won this game versus a very good team, Ice School of Louisville, who could easily be ranked in the top 25. So 12 out of 20 for A.J. Smith. He was their best player in this game. 45% in the first half and 54% in the second half. It looks like Ice School of Louisville wasn't playing a lot of defense at all. And 3-point field goal percentage, 40% in the first half and 40% in the second half. And they made most of their free throws except 50% in the second half, which is kind of tough. Okay, so for the Shira Carolina Force game on the 28th, we're done recapping the games right now, and we're going to talk about the December 28th games. Shira versus Carolina Force. I see Carolina Force winning this one probably by 20 or so. I really don't see this one being close. Cape Fear Academy versus North Myrtle Beach. Like I said, I see North Myrtle Beach winning this one. John Marshall versus Word of God. I see John Marshall winning that one. Real Salt Lake versus Ice School of Louisville. Another losers bracket game. The 4 are losers games in the first ones, and then you get to the winners games and the teams that haven't played yet in the Beach Ball Classic. Real Salt Lake versus Ice School of Louisville. I think that Cape Fear Academy North Myrtle Beach game will be close. John Marshall versus Word of God, I think, will be close. I don't think the Shira versus Carolina Force game will be close, though. Real Salt Lake versus Ice School of Louisville, though. This is going to be a close one. I think Ice School is going to win, though. Winston-Salem Christian versus West Oaks. I think West Oaks is going to win this one and move on to the Winter Jam Championship. And the Baltimore Panthers or St. Francis Academy Panthers versus Combined Academy. In this game, I think Combined wins it, and it's going to be Combined versus West Oaks for the Beach Ball Classic Winter Jam Prep Championship. That's just my prediction. Yeah. Then you've got some Beach Ball Classic games for the final games of the night. So, I see 2 of these 3 not played Beach Ball Classic teams yet being blowouts. I think Archbishop Moeller from Ohio versus Socastee will be a blowout in this. I really do think it's going to be a blowout. Archbishop Moeller was ranked number 8 in Max Prep's top 25 to start the season, so they're a very good team. And Milton versus Myrtle Beach, I think Milton will blow out Myrtle Beach, honestly. They're ranked top 25. Cannon School versus Calvary Christian, that's going to be a very good matchup. Calvary Christian has lost 2 games this season, but those teams are IMG and Mount Verde, the 2 top-ranked teams in all of high school basketball. Cannon School is ranked number 3 in North Carolina right now, and they come in with a record of 11-3. Versus Calvary Christian, 5-2. Archbishop Moeller is 4-1 on the season, and Sac City's 4-1. Milton is 8-2 on the season, and Myrtle Beach is 2-4 on the season. For the Shira Carolina Forest records, if you're wondering, 3-4 versus 5-2. Cape Fear Academy 5-1 versus North Myrtle Beach 1-2. John Marshall versus Word of God 17-4 for Word of God, and John Marshall 1-1. Real Salt Lake they are 10-2, and I School of Louisville is 9-4. Winston-Salem Christian is 9-2 on the season. West Oaks is 7-3 on the season. Baltimore's 8-0, and combined is 13-1 on the season. So yeah, that's my recap of day one of the Winter Jam and Beach Ball Classic. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and peace.